welcome back to Vegan Victories, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make edible arrangements, a fruit bouquet. First I'm going to show you all of your edible ingredients that you'll need. First thing is honeydew or cantelope, whatever you have, and then watermelon, and then you'll also need grapes, any color that you want. I'm using red and green, and you'll need pineapple, and you'll need apples, green and red, unless you have just green or just red. And then also kiwi. You'll need 3 kiwis and 3 apples. And then you'll need lettuce or iceberg lettuce. That's what I have. And then you'll need kale. This is optional, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to use mini chocolate chips, or you can just use normal chocolate chips. It's up to you. And then strawberries. For the non-edible items you'll need is first, skewers. You can get these pretty much anywhere, Giant or even Weiss or even Michael's Arts and Crafts. And then you'll need, of course, a knife. And then cookie cutters or like fruit poppers. And you'll also need melon ballers and also 1 chopstick. And also, when you're making this, you're gonna need something to put it in. You can either use a mug or a basket or even a watering can. I'm going to use this watering can. Now, the watering cans are ideal for baby showers or bridal showers, and you can get these watering cans at Michael's Arts and Crafts or even the dollar store. And now for these mugs, you can just use a normal size mug you have, or really anything you want you could use, because it's going to be your fruit bouquet. So you could even use a personalized mug too. They could say #1 teacher, #1 dad, or #1 mom, or whatever personalized you want to make an extra special present. Now for the apples, you could just use a normal knife to cut it with, or you could use an apple cutter, and that is the best. For the first step we're going to do is, I'm going to show you how to do the mug, because if you don't have the watering can, you definitely want to know how to do this. So for this, you'll need the kale and the lettuce. So what you do if you had a smaller one, because obviously mine is not like small enough to go in there. So I'm going to use this. And what you do is you make a ball, and then you take the ball and then you just shove it in and try to make sure that it's overflowing a little bit, like that, see? And then you take your kale, and then you want to, like, obviously have a smaller piece, and then you, like, put it along the sides like that, like to kind of make a circle, so it would kind of be like that, kind of. Now I'm going to show you how to use the watering can. So first you'll take your iceberg lettuce, the shreds that you have, and you'll just try to roll it into a ball as best as you can, and then you'll just shove it in like that, and then you put all of that in. And then you take the big chunk that you have, just like that, and see how it's overflowing kind of? And that's what you'll want to do. And now we'll take our kale, and here, I'm going to break a little bit off. And then we'll shove it in just like this. Now I'm going to peel my kiwi, but then again, you don't have to, but I think you should, because the skin is edible, but it doesn't taste that good. So first you want to start by getting your knife, and then of course just cutting off the tips. That's what I always do.
Go ahead.
Now if you have a big bowl or basket like this, then you want to make sure you put your lettuce in, your iceberg lettuce in, and then your kale, and then you want to make sure you put it all around like that, all like going inward like that in the same direction, then you just fold them all over like that. Now that you have your iceberg lettuce down here and you have your kale up here, I'm going to start first with the apple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my assistant here cut up these apples. Your assistant. And remember first always to wash your apple. And these apples too. And I'm going to show you how you will be cutting your kiwi. So first you want to take off all your sticks. Recording. Now I'm going to show you how to use these melon ballers and make the perfect melon ball. First, take your honeydew or cantaloupe, whatever you have, and I'm going to show you how to make a perfect melon ball. As you can see here, this melon ball that I have right here is perfect. I mean, it's perfect. It's the best melon ball that I ever did. And I'm going to show you how to make them. First, you take your melon ball and then you go like this in, like, see, like that. And then you do that a little bit. And then you go in like that. And then you have your perfect melon ball. And your honeydew should look like this afterwards. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And now I'm going to show you how to cut your kiwi. Don't peel the apples because they'll oxidize. And make sure your kiwi is like a half an inch or a quarter of an inch. For the kiwis, you want to now get your cookie cutters. And then what I'm going to use is, I think I'm going to use either the butterfly or the sun. So I'm going to do a butterfly. And then you just press them down like how you normally do for cookie cutters. Now I'm going to do melon balls, but for the melon balls, it's just the same as doing the honeydew balls or cantaloupe balls. Now we are going to cut our pineapples. And how you should have cut your pineapple is, I'll show you real quick, is like this. See how like thick? It's about probably a half an inch or a quarter inch. And make sure it's like the circle, like circle shaped like that. And then if you have a star cookie cutter, which I'm going to use, so you just take this. Mine's not real thick and it's probably break, and I don't want it to break. So I'm just going to put it like that. I'm going to push like that. And it's probably not going to go in the rest of the way. And you want to make sure you put it like in the exact middle of the pineapple. And even though there's like that hard part in the middle of the pineapple, well, that's where you're going to stick the skewer into the middle. And I'm going to use a knife to cut like that around the edges of the star. So go ahead and do that. And now what I'm going to do is, this is optional, again with the chocolate chips, I have them in the freezer right now, but you'll need a pot if you want to melt your chocolate chips, and then we can dip the strawberries or the apples into them. For extra tasting, it'll just look good too. For melting the chocolate chips, turn your burner on to 3 if you have numbers, and in between medium and low. And then you just pour in your chocolate chips. And it should be kind of milky like chocolate. But it's up to you, however you want it. But I'm not going to have it like super liquidy like chocolate. But like this. Kind of like mousse. And I'm going to take my strawberry. And I'm going to put the chocolate on the tip of. Like that. And then you want to put it on wax paper. And then you just keep doing that with the strawberries until you have as many strawberries as you want. Oh, and you can also do this with the apples and even pineapple if you want. And it should look like this when it's done. By now, you should have your chocolate pineapple star like this. And don't worry, my hands are clean. And make sure yours are too. So you'll get your thick skewer, the thickest one you have for the heavy fruits, and then you stick it right in the middle. Voila, here it is. Now we'll stick it right in the middle, because this is the coolest one, I think. Looks pretty good. Quick tip. Before you go dipping your fruit into the chocolate, you probably want to get your skewer in first, because if you don't, it's not going to end up too well, especially with the hard part in the middle of the pineapple. For the best results, you should refrigerate your chocolate that is on your fruit just until it's solid. And now we're going to stick this in. For For doing the apples, take your thick one, do your thickest skewer, and then you go right in the back like that. Careful not to mess up the chocolate. That's why it's best to do the chocolate. Oh my, after. Stick it right in the back like that. You should probably do the chocolate last. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking my melon balls, and then I am going to take my watermelon balls, and then I'm doing that. I'm going to take another honeydew melon ball, like that. And then you place it in wherever you want to place it in. And now I'm going to take my kiwi butterfly, and then I'm going to take a red grape, then do that, and then take another butterfly, and then another red grape, like that. You want to make sure that your chocolate ones should always go after the ones that do not have chocolate on them. And you also want to let your chocolate fruit sit in the refrigerator for about an hour, or just at least until it is harder. And you can put them in any combination you want, and just however you want to do it, you can do it. And you don't have to put chocolate on all your fruit, or any of them. And here it is, the finished product. Looks just like edible arrangements, doesn't it? Again, perfect for any holiday, any special occasion of your choice.
You can have all strawberries.
Yeah, you can have all strawberries for just whatever you want. It's up to you.
That's why you do chocolate last.
Move out of the kitchen, Mom. Get out.